What's up, guys? This is Daria with another Kaiju Cinematic Destruction. Are you guys ready to go back to school? Because that's where we're going. Night school with Kevin Hart. Awesome.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
You can get out my way, bitch. Baba! You ready to get started? I'm not playing with you. What's the capital of Belgium? Waffles? What? That is not the answer! Oh, get back here!
Night School is directed by Malcolm D. Lee, starring Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, and Brooke Butler, and is about a high school dropout grifter who does pretty well for himself, but soon finds out that, yes, everybody needs their damn GED. And, okay, in a previous review, I said that, what's her name? Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy, I just didn't vibe with her. I just don't vibe with her for some reason. For a lot of the movies, for a lot of her, like, she's good, like, in small doses, to me, in my opinion. Kevin Hart is my sister's Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, see, okay. At one point, I could deal with Kevin Hart. But now it's starting to seem like he's playing redundant, the same bit, comedy, joke role, which is getting irritating a little bit. It's like I wish he would kind of step out more, just a little bit more. Because now it's just starting to be like, oh, it's Kevin Hart. Yay.
See, I was actually gonna ask you to elaborate on your issues with Kevin Hart, and she just gave up the ghost.
Yeah.
There goes that segment. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
But Night School, we went out, we saw it on as of this recording Thursday night. Yay. And to a surprisingly packed house, because usually when you get a lot of these comedy movies, or even just action movies, you get like most of the funny, most of the more exciting moments spoiled in the trailer. But surprisingly, they didn't get any of the funny moments. And that's actually why I was not anticipating this movie like at all. Every time I saw a trailer come up for it, it's like, okay, this just seems like a farce and not something that I will be enjoying in any way.
Yeah.
But because we do this, we have to see it, because I mean it's still a big release. It's still Kevin Hart. It's still Tiffany Haddish.
Right.
And to its credit, I laughed.
Okay.
I laughed a lot during this movie.
Okay. Yes. I laughed as well. Yes, there are jokes that are okay to hit the mark sometimes.
They are funny. Just say the word funny.
Okay, well, they're funny. But I only laughed when Tiffany Haddish was in there. If she wasn't in that and it was just Kevin Hart on his own, I wasn't laughing. Even the other characters that were around him, they were even enjoyable. I even laughed at them. And I was surprised at myself that I would do that. Because to be quite honest, when I walked into this movie, I did not want to see this. I was not looking forward to it. Matter of fact, I think in the middle of the movie, didn't I punch you?
It wasn't even the middle. You didn't even get to the middle. You didn't even get to halfway through the first third of the movie before
there you go,
me
folks.
A big punch to my arm for absolutely no damn reason.
Oh, no, it was a reason.
No damn reason.
It was a reason.
No damn reason.
Oh, it was a reason. It was a good reason.
Again, to the movie's credit, Tiffany Haddish is the MVP of this whole damn movie. Without her, this is more like a sitcom. Without Tiffany Haddish, this doesn't deserve a wide release. This would just be a pilot for a sitcom. Admittedly funny, kind of happenstance situational comedy, that would work. That would work perfectly for like ABC or NBC, and make everybody white, maybe CBS. But it would work. But like Tiffany Haddish, she helps move the movie along because there are a lot of moments in this movie where the jokes just kind of don't hit, and when Kevin Hart is forced to carry the whole thing by himself, it's just like, okay, it's just another Kevin Hart movie. And Kevin Hart is funny like when it comes to a stand-up.
Yeah.
But as the leading man, it kind of doesn't work because it's still the same character each movie or even show, and he's too much. He can be too much. He can be a little much.
A little?
Well, a little, little.
Yeah, no. Are you serious?
Like, because he's
No,
petite.
I got that. I got
he's
that.
small. He put him in your pocket.
Moving the hell on.
But yeah, the supporting cast was great. Actually, we had Rob Riggle in here who plays a dunce, but with a little bit of a charm.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Will Ferrell before he went too crazy and too man-childy, to where it's
man-child?
When Will Ferrell started.
I'm pretty sure that's not a word.
I'm making it a word.
Okay.
Will Ferrell, when he started early on in his career, before he started to do nothing but like pretty much scream and do like pratfalls and that.
Yeah.
It was like Rob Riggle captured that, and he kind of made me like his character.
Yeah,
a
me
lot.
too. Yeah, he was actually enjoyable. It was like
enjoyable.
refreshing to see that.
Then you had Romani Malco. I'm pretty sure I got that name a little bit wrong, but yeah, he's basically playing the woke, not woke black guy.
Yeah.
See that works.
He was funny.
That works. It's funny.
He even worked. I could have seen more of him.
Like honestly, you remove Kevin Hart, you remove Tiffany Haddish, you turn this into a TV pilot, and this is a fun show that I wouldn't mind watching time after time.
Well, I wouldn't remove Tiffany Haddish because she
I
played
said
her
if
part.
you did because I don't think Tiffany Haddish should be doing like sitcoms. She should be on the big screen.
Yeah, she should be.
She deserves it.
Yes, absolutely.
She deserves to secure the bag.
I am.
And, as
with
I said,
you.
she killed it. She killed it in this one. The only problem I really had with this is like, as I'm watching this, I completely forgot that today was a day that My Hero Academia came out in the States, and it's like only showing at one time because we in bumblefuck nowhere, and it's literally right next door. And as we got our popcorn, we walked right to the theater because we was late as hell. We running on CPT like a motherfucker. And we go through, and right next door we see My Hero Academia, and I'm like, frick! I completely forgot.
Yeah, you even walked in the movie and said that. Like, we could just go right next door.
We could have just went right next door and saw My Hero Academia and just been like, okay, you know what? Let's get the next showing
of Night School.
Overall, this movie has a lot going for it. It really does have a lot going for it, and a lot of it is Kevin Hart adjacent. It is Kevin Hart adjacent. The story is fine enough, even though it gets a little by the numbers at the end, where you start to see the usual situations happening, where you're just like, okay, this is about to happen, this is about to happen, and it does. It's predictable in its story, very predictable. But a lot of the comedy that they had. That wasn't just like, Kevin Hart spazzing out and speaking in his hyperactive voice, like actual comedy that they had in this movie was working for it, despite the fact that there was still a little bit of dead space in certain spots. Yeah. Like, namely, there's a scene where all the people are introducing themselves who are in the night school GED class.
Yeah.
And there is so much dead air between actually funny jokes. And then there are some jokes that just straight up don't land. Yeah. And they linger there for just a little bit too long.
Yeah, that
is. And it breaks the movie.
I have to agree with that. Yeah, I have to agree with that.
I just think it broke the movie a little bit. And it didn't hurt it massively.
No, but it did take you out of it, which, for a comedy, that's not what it should do. Yeah.
You don't want any boring parts in a comedy with that. You could have just been like, okay, you could have made this a little bit more concise. Yeah. Just kind of wrap it up, get to the funny.
I think it would have been more funny if they when you get to that part, if they riffed off of each other a little bit more.
Yeah, they ultimately did do that.
Yeah.
But again, it was very Kevin Hart centric.
Exactly.
So you were kind of balancing, okay, this is kind of funny, or this is the usual Kevin Hart stuff that we get. And sometimes it hit, sometimes it didn't. And it wasn't enough to save that particular scene, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was, as I said, it was good, but you had some issues. You had a lot of issues with this, because like when the jokes didn't land, they definitely didn't land, and when nothing is happening on screen that is leading towards a joke or a sight gag, it's just like something very by the numbers, very like on the cusp of mediocre.
Yeah.
That's really not much to go on when you're not trying to push the boundaries. The other problem that I had with this is there were a few jokes that were just like straight up like pratfalls or sight gags that were just straight up hilarious, and then they pushed it up to 11 and said, hey, let's make you sick. Like there's a scene where like there's a scene that doesn't need to have any vomiting in it, and they put it in there, and it completely ruins the funny that led up to that point.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, again, I completely agree. But, like I said, the characters were enjoyable. Kevin Hart was Kevin Hart. And everybody else was a playable character, a good playable character.
Yeah, this is one of those weird movies where like the supporting cast just like outshined
the actual comedian.
Yeah. Like as I say, Haddish killed it. Rob Riggle was amazing. Really, like without Haddish, I don't think this movie would have been worth it.
I don't,
because
no.
like anybody else who tried to play her part probably would have ended up fading into the background. But Haddish has the energy to admittedly match the energy with Kevin Hart, but because it's not the exact same spastic nature of Kevin Hart, it works.
Yeah, it does.
Like it comes through, it shines through. The ending of this movie is just like, again, it's predictable. It's predictable. It turns into the traditional American rom-com, and that's just like, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
This movie basically happens. Anyway, Daria, can you hook me up? Give me your most sincere. Give me your most non-biased, because I know you hating on Kevin Hart. You're hating on the little leprechaun man. You're hating on him. Give me
that
your
is
most...
so mean.
That is kind of mean. Give me your most unbiased review of this movie. Give me your score. Give me your score.
The score I'm going to have to give Night School is 2 stars.
2 stars.
2 stars.
What would have bumped it up to 3?
I don't know, to be quite honest. I can't even address that, think about it. I have no clue. I mean, honestly, before we did this review, I was in the car going back and forth between like, well, because of Kevin Hart, I would give it 2 stars. But Tiffany Haddish, I kind of want to give it 3 because she freaking played her part. And even the surrounding characters played their part.
So
still,
more Tiffany would have given it.
You know what? More Tiffany probably would have given it 3 stars.
More Tiffany would have given it a 3 stars for you. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I can get with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna match your score. I'm gonna give it 2 stars.
Amazeballs.
Yeah. As I said, the problem with it is, like, Kevin Hart isn't the biggest problem with this movie. It's just the fact that this movie is just a bland story, with just a lot of comedy to try to save the story. It's just the usual, somebody telling lies, gets caught, gets the girl again. That's really not a spoiler. It's like every freaking rom-com movie does the same damn thing.
Yes.
It's not a spoiler.
It's not really a spoiler.
Like, seriously, if you could take a crapshoot at any rom-com out there, you would get the exact same story. The only reason why you'd want to come see this movie is for the jokes. And I honestly, like, I go 1 on the story, 3 on the jokes, because Kevin Hart did actually make me laugh in a few spots, but it's less his usual, as I said, his usual spastic nature and screaming and yelling at high pitch, just being loud, and ignorant, so to speak.
Ignorant,
yeah,
not ignorant.
Ignorant.
Okay,
being loud and ignorant. It's less that, and it's more the way he plays off of others and the way others play off of him.
Yeah.
It's weird though, like seeing what's his name, Ben Schwartz. I think that's his name. Let me double check that. Yeah, it's weird seeing him in this, and like he never really had something to go on, because like I've seen him in Parks and Rec, I've seen him in various other shows, and he's just like, hey, he also has an energy, but everybody else is just kind of like, okay, we take care of this. You just basically play the straight man. Like, how you gonna have him play the straight man? He doesn't play the straight man. I don't know why you did that.
Yeah.
That was kind of a weird thing. But everything else was just like, it was fun comedy. I didn't absolutely hate it, even though I was like, man, I still kind of want to see My Hero Academia, because it's like, a one-time showing next door. I kind of like, if I had the choice again, I'd just be like, you know what, rip up these tickets and just go next door.
Yeah.
It's just like, we'll find another time to see Night School. Would you like it if you went to see it? It depends. If you're a major Kevin Hart fan, you'd love it, because like you're used to his comedy.
Yeah. If you're just really bored.
Yeah. If you got nothing else to do, you got like an extra $8 in your pocket and an extra $452 for the popcorn, go ahead and see it. It's fine. It's inoffensive.
It's not. It's also a good date night movie.
Yeah, it's a nice date night movie.
If you want me to be honest, it is a good date night movie. It's a good Friday date night after dinner.
You
movie.
won't be bored.
Yeah.
But if you come into this movie with supremely high hopes of it, just like, carrying away.
Yeah, that's not going to get.
First of all, what's wrong with you? Why would you have high hopes over this movie? Like, have you seen the trailers for this movie?
Again, like you said, if you are a huge Kevin Hart fan, then yeah, you will have that expectations.
No, I don't even think you have high like, first of all, like, we were in a semi-packed theater, and there was not a single joke that people didn't laugh at.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody laughed, and there will be times where it's like people are dying behind us, and we're looking at each other like, that shit wasn't funny at all. But you like motherfuckers just screaming. Like, how is that funny?
But you do know what I noticed about all the people laughing. They were older adults.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a whole lot of a younger crowd there. It was more of the older crowds there, which kind of shocked me, because I'm thinking, okay, this is Kevin Hart, and a lot of young people like Kevin Hart. And that's not what was in the theater.
I'm gonna need to see the demographics of that. Cause
it was and I'm not telling you that movie theater was packed with older adults. It was no young adults. It was more older adults. You and I probably were maybe 1 or 2 groups in the younger ages there.
You know what? As a study, I want to do a study now. Now that you put it out there, now that you put it out there in the universe, I need to do a study just to see who is Kevin Hart's target demographic. Is it the millennials? Is it the Gen Xers? Is it the boomers? Like, who's sitting there laughing at crazy ass Kevin Hart?
Well, I just told you, for this movie.
You know what?
So that's why I say it's not offensive. So it is a good, like, date night movie. It's perfect for that.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to have to cut us short and end it right there.
Oh my God. There are so many things I want to say right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. We're going to end it right here.
Say goodbye, D. Say goodbye.
You know what? Kaiju out.